Good morning, everybody. It's a little after 7 o'clock a.m. on it's July 6th, a Saturday. And I have returned to the Middle Fork of Black's Fork Trailhead. I was up here last weekend just doing a little scouting around, and the weather's supposed to be really good today with a chance of thunderstorm, which is pretty typical for the Uintas. So I thought I'd come back and see if I can get some a little longer hike in, because I'm getting started a little better time. I'm gonna try to take what's called the Middle Fork Black's Fork Ridgeway Trail. I don't know anything about it, but we'll find out what it's like when we get up there. Probably gonna be a pretty long day. If I'm able to do it all, 18 or 19 miles, something like that. And possible couple river crossings. We'll see how those look. Last weekend the river was pretty high and I was late, so I didn't want to get wet, so I didn't cross, and I stopped right there. So we'll see how things are when I get up there, and let's just see what we can see. The trail has left the meadow area. You go through the meadows for quite a while there, and now we're headed up into the trees for a while. And I think we'll be going up here until we go up and meet back up with the river at the crossing. Well, I decided to cross the creek, so I'm across. It's definitely down a lot lower than it was last weekend, so we got only got pants wet, about halfway up my knees, so not too bad. Don't really like having wet shoes, but I'm not gonna cross that in bare feet. It would be scary, at least. Be afraid of getting my foot wedged down in something or something like that. I don't know. Now, I had debated to stay on that side of the river because I'd have to cross the river again once I get to the Bear River Smith Fork Trail, which is where I'm going to cut off and head to the east. So, but it would have been all off trail there, and it's a lot of down timber and stuff, so I don't know if it would be worth it or not, so I decided to go with the wet feet. So And I got some cairns here to follow through this meadow here. Sure pretty. Continuing on up the trail, there's not really a trail. I'm actually, you know, by my GPS on my inReach, I'm on the trail. It just basically parallels right at the edge of the river, so I'm going where I need to go, but there's definitely no trail here. I can see a little evidence of foot travel, but it might just be social trail at this point. But so I'll just keep on following the river and checking out on the GPS. How about that? There is a trail here after all. I wasn't up high enough. So it was not obvious at all where this thing went. There was 2 or 3 rock cairns through the meadow on the other side of the river crossing, but beyond that there was no blazes or anything I couldn't see. So I got off there somewhere. We'll find out where it goes. So feel better. I see my trail junction coming up here. We might actually have new signs up here too. So East Fork, Blacks Fork trailhead is where we want to go. We're not going all that way. We're going up toward the top of that ridge there. And Middle Fork, Blacks Fork trailhead, that's where we came from. West Fork, Blacks Fork, that's over on the draining Lake Ejod and Dead Horse Lake. Well, we're gonna head down, cross the river, and I'm gonna stop and hydrate a little bit. I have a bad habit of, if I'm not hot or thirsty, I don't drink, so trying not to fall into that trap. Especially, there's no excuse, there's so much water around. I just hate the idea of stopping to filter water and get attacked by the mosquitoes. They've been okay. They haven't been too bothersome. They're all over my shirt, but luckily I got a shirt that's real tight weave that they can't bite through, so. All right. We'll take you across the river here in a minute. Normally I'd cross down where the trail is, but since there's a split right here, I think I'll cross here. It should be easier to cross, so I can find a good spot here. Maybe right up there. All right. Rocks are slippery. Trying to stay out of the faster, deeper water here, but I think it's just going to be just as easy to just bite the bullet and get out here. That's the deepest spot right there. There we go. Now let's go around this bend in the river and we're good to go. Well, stopped for a little break. Got some water. Filtered some, so I filled up my bottle. And we're headed on up the Bear River Smiths Fork Trail. It's about 2.5 miles before I cut off on the Ridgeway Trail. Oh, the other thing I did was took my shoes and socks off, wringed out my insoles, my socks, so at least my shoes weren't sloshing, so they'll dry a little faster. But now I think I'm doing some climbing. The middle fork of Black's Fork trail is pretty mild, hardly any elevation gain. It's just a few hundred feet. So, ready for the workout now. Well, I had to relent. I had to put my my bug net on. Get it on to fit right here. Stay off my nose, that drives me crazy. It's odd. When I left the river drainage, started climbing up this hill, they just started getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And next thing I know is I am just absolutely swarmed with them, and they are starting to bite quite a bit, more than they had been earlier. So I'm glad I went by and picked this up from Walmart last night, and I'm sure glad I did, because they're miserable. Anyway, much better without the mosquitoes. I think I had 3 in my mouth at one point. I was gagging. So this is much better. Well, this creek here is the last water source I'm gonna have for about the next 6 miles. So I thought I would tank up here and refill my water bottle just to be on the safe side. I only brought a liter bottle, and well, actually it's 700 milliliters, so it's not quite even a whole liter. So I want to make sure I don't run out of water. I wouldn't be surprised if I see other water up there, because I'm going to be up where there's going to be snow, so I'm sure there's going to be snow melt, but I'd rather take a chance where I don't have a lot with me. Boy, it is really pretty up in here. Gonna have a lot of grass growing here shortly. Plenty of places to pitch a tent up here. That'd be cool. Well, I'm at the summit, or the pass, so we're 10,600 and change. And I did not see my trail junction. So what I'm going to do is go down and just start going off trail, just following my route. And if there's a trail, we'll find it. If not, we'll just cross country it. I cannot find anything that looks like a junction to the trail along the Bear River Smith's Fork Trail. So I'm just going to have to follow my route. Hopefully I'll hook up with something that looks like a trail. I'm just kind of looking, kind of zigzagging in here a little bit in the general direction I'm supposed to go. Hoping I'll find something, but we'll check in a little bit. Well, this trail is virtually non-existent. There's a little bit of a footpath right here, but it'll just disappear. Let's go around. I've seen a couple what look like tree blazes, but I'm not positive. They look like they've been cut with a tool, but Wouldn't want to be doing this without a compass or and a detailed map or a route on a GPS. But it does follow along with its namesake, Ridgeway. We're just on the ridge overlooking East Fork, Blacks Fork drainage. Haven't got a chance to see anything too much yet because we're still in the trees, but further up we should be above tree line because I think we end up at about 11,000. So we might have a view over there. Well, I thought I'd take a chance to take my mosquito head net off. Mosquitoes don't seem to be up here very much. That's what I was hoping up on this ridge. They wouldn't be as bad. So far, they're pretty good. But it's, I don't know how to describe it, tasty up here. It just smells great. The smells of the forest are so strong, probably from all this down wood, but there's plenty of it to go around up here. But it is beautiful. Well, we're finally going to get some views here. Well, here's what's left of some of the big drifts up here. I mean, to give you an idea, that size of my trekking poles. I guess this is a pretty brutal place during the winter. There's a fire ring back there, so someone's camping up here. Actually, it'd be a pretty cool place as long as you didn't have bad weather. It's crazy, all that snow. I had to come in from the ridge over there. There was snow drifts over to the edge. And I was trying to not go through them. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. It's incredible. Well, I came down from up in there, all the way down through there, across here, and then I'm up here in this boulder field. It's really weird. The part down there before the boulders, that's all like mud. Just everything's mud there. Now I'm crossing these dang rocks, and I think I got quite a ways to go. I'm going to turn around here. I'm going to go up a little bit further, then I start circling around down into the other drainage. It's slow going, and I have to be really careful. But that's where the trail's marked, so this is obviously not a trail. It's funny. So, here we go. It's pretty tough picking the right rocks because they're all loose. And sometimes even the great big ones you think are big and heavy enough, they'll rock on you. Well, I got over this rise here, and I got to go down, make my way down that way, down by those cliffs somewhere. It goes down and switches back. So if I can get down there to where there's some ground, trying to find the shortest way there, and there isn't a shortest way. I guess down to those crumholts, probably the best way. So this is pretty miserable. Well, I just came over that. It was insane. Gonna have a talk with the Forest Service about their map. Well, that's what I just came down over. You can't see the top up there. It's up above all this, but I came down the face of that, above that slab over there. Had to work my way around it, down through the trees, and I can't believe the Forest Service map says there's a trail here. It's absolutely insane. Buildings here. Guessing they were cabins. Uh-oh. Got a little bit of thunder behind me. It just needs to hold off until I get across this meadow. Okay, last river crossing. I'm looking for my best spot here. Guess this is as good as any. Yes. One last section and we're good. Refreshing. Boy, let's love this meadow. Well, say goodbye to this gorgeous meadow and say goodbye to Tokawana Peak up there. Sure is beautiful. Well, what a difference a week makes. I was up here last Sunday, so 6 days ago. The mosquitoes have gone from mildly annoying to pretty overwhelming. The creeks and rivers are down a little bit. And still some snow around up in the high areas, but plenty of water running everywhere. Well, we'll check in when we get to the truck here in just a second. I can see it from here. And we'll see what our mileage was, and we'll wrap this up. Well, I made it back. I'm hauling the truck out of here on this crazy road. It was a long day. I ended up with 20.4 miles, a little more than I had expected. But it's good to get the miles in once in a while, because then I know I can do it when I need to do it. Crazy, crazy trail. Well, no trail. I'm convinced there is no trail there, which makes me wonder why the Forest Service even has it on their map. Very strange. So it was great day. It was nice up on top. The sun finally came out, and the mosquitoes went away, so that was good. I can still feel them on me. I hate that. So we'll check in with you next time. And you need to get out and get out in the outdoors. See you later.